It's a top, my selector.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
I know you're gonna dig this.
The Maestro.
Fist hits the bag, 1, 2, and comes back. Single fist here. You hear that beat?
Think outside the box, and BO Xing on top of them, clocking them, send them back to the corner for oxygen. Golden gloves, I know myself, I know the game, it's not a game, I know the ring, I want the belt. Finding the rhythm, and hit them, split them, and touch them, and tip them, hit that six-pack, with that good jab. Uppercut the bro, making them fall down, breaking them all down, switch stands, tippy toe, in the hands, give them some more. And I'm Muhammad Ali, anomaly, a Mayweather, Pacquiao, prodigy in the midst of fist, this, just S2, hot to rock, think out the box, you know I got the rock, speed back.
That would be a little drowned.
And I am back. This is Maestro, and I am back. And first of all, shout out to my brother D-Style Boxing, who, look, he basically alerted me to this. And, you know, he sent out a tweet essentially saying that I was right about Teofimo Lopez. And I want to, first of all, salute D-Style for that. You know, I take no pride in being right about this particular thing personally, but guess what? You know, having spent as many years as I have on this earth, and the years keep growing and growing, you know, it's, as they say, Father Time is undefeated, right? I've become a little bit wiser. I've acquired, you know, a certain set of skills. And one of those skills, believe it or not, is to get a pretty decent read on people. And I'll be honest, pretty early on, I started identifying things that I really didn't like as it pertains to one particular fighter. And as I'm sure you could tell, the fighter I'm going to talk about now is Teofimo Lopez Jr. Teofimo Lopez Jr., I should say. Not a big fan of his father either, at all. And there have been things that they've said that are like, whoop, alarm bell kind of goes off. And then another thing said, and it's like, whoop, another alarm bell's gone off. And at a certain point, you really start to say, listen, something's not right here. And yet again, Teofimo Lopez Jr. has put his foot in his mouth, his face planted, and has said things that are ridiculous on their face. And dare I say, I'm just going to say it, it's racist. It's racist. It is what it is, guys. You may not like it. You know, I'm not somebody that throws around the race card very often. Most people that know me know that my analysis is usually centered along class lines, working class, capitalist. Very seldom do I focus my analysis on race, but it goes without saying, right? Now, there's some fighters in the sport that I've been accused of being a hater of. Wilder fans accuse me of being a hater of Deontay Wilder. I respect Wilder. I respect his right hand. I just didn't like the fact that he threw Mark Breland, the elder statesman in the sport, a legend in the game, an elder statesman, a black man, under the bus after he lost a battle of will and skill to Tyson Fury. I called it what it was. I called a spade a spade. It was some foolish shit. It was some foolish shit. Right? AJ fans may tell you, oh, you know, my answer, he's a hater. He hates AJ. I mean, look, I don't hate AJ. Salute to AJ. Big up AJ, by the way. I hope AJ comes back. I hope we get this 4-man tournament. And I hope that the heavyweight division gets put back on top because, you know, as goes the heavyweight division, as goes the game of boxing, as is oftentimes said. Similar story with Tank Davis, right? I said that he's not a real champion. Guess what? He's not. I said that Devin Haney's the real champion. Guess what? Devin Haney is the real champion. Huh? But Maestro, you're hating. Okay. I'm hating, I guess, right? It's very interesting to me. I mean, the sport of boxing is flooded on the fan side with people in their 30s or 40s, or sometimes, dare I say, even 50s, that have these like weird man crushes on kids, literally not kids, but fighters that are young enough to be their children. And then you say anything about these fighters and, oh, you're a hater. How dare you, Maestro? Don't you do it. Don't you dare do it. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to just do it, like Nike used to say back in the day. And by the way, salute to my brother Willie, Boxeo Cubano, who hooked me up with this great hat. I'm loving the hat. Shout out to Willie. Big up, Willie. I like seeing Willie out at the big fights. I've seen Willie a few times in Vegas now and in New York City. Big up Willie, big up Boxeo Cubano. So let's just get right to it. I mean, I'm here really to talk about Teofimo Lopez and this shit that he said about Tim Bradley, about Andre Ward, and about black fighters on ESPN. Right? And when you go back to it, you know, you go back in the video archives of stuff I've done here on this channel, and you'll come across a few videos. You know, I did the hashtag Cloutgate when he went up on stage proclaiming himself to be the first Latino undisputed champion. You know, even when Canelo had just literally become that, of the four-belt era. Oh, you're hating. Don't do it, Maestro. You're hurting my feelings, Maestro. So look, we go back. Let's just go back to it. All right, and then we'll get into what dropped earlier today. But before I do that, let me big up the people that are already in the chat. I want to big up Boxing Pound for Pound Jack, One Prayed, One Round, Hamed, who's also a member, Brandon White, Off the Ropes Boxing and MMA, Cameron Tiburon, all right, Beezy's up in it, all right, Karma Serene is in it, all right, and Beezy, thank you for the super chat, brother, all right, the GOAT Mario P is also in it. He says Teo is washed and delusional. Taylor should finish him off. Beezy, I'm not dropping a link today because this isn't a Maestro Square Garden. This is a Punchlines. But if you want me to do a Maestro Square Garden on this topic, I will. All right, I definitely will. So, you remember that that thing happened, and I'm going to replay some of the video from back then, and I'm just going to play it, and I'll tell you guys why in a moment. Here we go.
Why don't you just wear it on you the whole time right here?
I don't know.
Because he's not a clout chaser, goddammit.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Kenny. Well said. Look, the facts are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm keeping the same energy. Maestro keeps the same energy. But you want to know? I got a question for all of y'all real quick. Okay? Because you got people that say, Maestro, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. Stop it. How dare you say these things about Teofimo? How dare you do it? Don't ever insult him. Don't ever call him bad names. You went too far. You went too far, Maestro. You know what? Well, I got something to say to you people. Keep the same energy when it comes to this.
When I knock this nigga out, watch this shit. How y'all gonna
I don't want you guys stepping up to us. I want to we fucking knock your ass out.
So I took some heat for commenting on that because they're like, oh, Maestro, you live in the Bronx. You live in the hood. Everybody says nigga in the hood. Everybody does that. Teofimo's allowed to say that. Listen, Teofimo want to say nigga, Teofimo could say nigga if Teofimo want to be that nigga. But I got to ask this. How come they only reserved the word for Devin Haney? How come they weren't out there calling Lomachenko a nigga? How come they weren't out there calling Nakatani a nigga? How come they weren't out there calling other people nigga? Right? Because niggas from the hood, they use nigga. So use that for everybody. They use that to the Chinese guy at the Chinese takeout. They use it for the Italian dude, all right, at the pizzeria. They use it for the MTA worker of Indian background. They're using it for everybody. But here's the question. Why was it just Devin Haney? All right. So I was also on D-Styles channel when Teo Sr. said it. And then tried to retract it a little bit. So it's like this. I mean, you want to say the word, be consistent and use it for everybody. But like I said, you didn't use it for Lomachenko. You didn't use it for Nakatani. You didn't use it for the other fighters. Did you ever hear him call George Gambosis Jr. a nigga? Or was it just Devin Haney? I thought so. So that's why I brought that up. All right. Now, you know, I also got criticized because I was saying that he's not Spanish. He's not Spanish. You know, I had the Don Quixote images up and whatever, and I was having a good time with it. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed doing it, right? But he's a U.S. fighter until he doesn't make the Olympic team. Then he's a Honduran fighter to make the Olympics. Then he's no longer a Honduran fighter when he turns pro, right? And then all of a sudden he's Spanish. Where'd that come from? Oh, apparently there's a great-grandfather or something. Come on, stop it. Really? So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Let's just call a spade a spade. And I'm going to get into the most recent thing. And by the way, I'm very familiar with Honduras. My mom is born in a place called British Honduras. Her mom's side goes back to Honduras. And on my mom's other side, it goes back to Jamaica and Cuba. So I'm very familiar with the region. You cannot fool me on this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It cannot be done. But here we go. We're going to play the most recent thing. All right. And I'll let you guys be the judge of this. And again, shout out to D-Style Boxing for sharing this with me. And here we go. Let's have a listen and we'll comment. Apparently he was given an interview on Punch Drunk Boxing, and this was said. Here we go.
Hey, at the fighters meeting, I dissed Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley in front of ESPN production and all of them for all their affiliation and corruption that they do. Yeah. What happened? I put more weight on my back, and all they was talking about right away when I slipped in the first knockdown they called, I slipped. They called it right away. What did Bradley say? He hurt. Mm-hmm. So I don't sugarcoat shit. All these motherfuckers dick ride and they suck dick. Sorry for my language. No. All
right, so you heard him. All these motherfuckers dick ride. All these motherfuckers suck dick. He talking about Tim Bradley and Andre Ward, 2 Hall of Famers. That's who he's talking about. Okay. And guess what? I'm sorry you didn't look that great. And by the way, I do know a lot about Honduras, brother. I've been to San Pedro Sula. I've been to Tegucigalpa. I've got Garifuna heritage. So you better check yourself before you wreck yourself, Mr. Henry Martinez. For real. All right. There's no Central American country I haven't been to. I've been on the bus from Belize to Panama and back and ridden the boats all through Garifuna land. That's Livingston, Guatemala. That's San Pedro Sula. Okay. That's Punta Gorda in Belize. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, my man. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's all I'm going to say. So here we go.
The problem, I don't ride off that.
Yeah.
And just to even put it more on the spot, this is my last fight on ESPN.
Oh.
Yeah. Because this is no longer, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is why this fight means everything to me. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them. I brought Bud Light to Top Rank.
And
at the fight.
And end quote. So let me ask you something. Why would you think that Top Rank is quote unquote favoring black fighters? Because why? Tim Bradley's black and Andre Ward is mixed? Or is it because there are a few fighters on the network that are doing really well, like Shakur Stevenson, like Keyshawn Davis? But you know who else is doing really well? Xander Zayas, Richard Torres Jr. Yeah, there's Big Baby Anderson, but let's not act like ESPN has some kind of a black fighter agenda, because they don't. And only a racist person would think that. Come on now. If you can't handle the criticism of the fact that a lot of people felt that Teofimo lost to Sandor Martin, who's actually Spanish. For you to turn it into some kind of a racial thing and say that Tim Bradley's a dick rider and all of this other stuff, come on, you need to stop, yo. I mean, you obviously don't know about Tim Bradley. Then the man married a lady who's not black, who's of Mexican origin, adopted at least one of her children. And by the way, you know who Tim Bradley has been really critical of? Shakur Stevenson. You know who took the criticism much better than this? Shakur Stevenson. Tim Bradley was way more critical of Shakur Stevenson and Shakur Stevenson's fighting style than he has been of Teofimo Lopez. So, I mean, if it is Teofimo's last fight on ESPN, God bless him. I wish him nothing but the best. But who's going to give you the push that ESPN has given you? The PBC? I don't think so. Eddie Hearn? I mean, I'm not speaking to him, so let me just direct this into general. He already burnt that bridge by saying that Eddie Hearn somehow rigged a fight for George Gambosis Jr., a guy who he does not have under contract, a Lou DiBella fighter, whose next fights were, guess where? On ESPN. But somehow, right, Eddie Hearn was the conspirator. Eddie Hearn rigged the game. Man, this is pathetic, yo. And honestly, it's not only pathetic, it's disrespectful to boxing, and it's disrespectful to two Hall of Famers. I mean, look. Say what you will about Tim Bradley. Say what you will about Andre Ward. These are guys whose criticism of Deontay Wilder was criticized. And there were a segment of people are calling them sellouts, coons, something that I was called as well. Okay. And like I said, they've criticized plenty of black fighters fighting on ESPN. To act as if ESPN is some kind of a pro-black, narrative or agenda and is somehow against non-black fighters who, by the way, use the N-word. I mean, come on, yo. Nobody's disrespecting your Honduran people, Tejas Garage. I have Hondurans in my family. I've already said it. Half of my family goes back that way. So it's not about that. But at the end of the day, what was said says what was said speaks for itself. And I'll play it again for those of you that missed it the first time. Here we go.
Hey, at the fighters meeting, I dissed Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley in front of ESPN production and all of them for all.
So why would you diss Andre Ward and diss Timothy Bradley at a pre-fight production meeting? Why would you even do that? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Affiliation and corruption that they do. Yeah. What happened? I put more weight on my back, and all they was talking about right away when I slipped in the first knockdown they called, I slipped. They called it right away. What did Bradley say? He hurt. Mm-hmm. So I don't sugarcoat shit. All these motherfuckers dick ride and they suck dick. Sorry for my language. No.
Okay, so again, by the way, he's talking about Andre Ward and Tim Bradley. So,
but that is the problem. I don't ride off that. Yeah. And just to even put it more on the spot, this is my last fight on ESPN. Oh. Yeah. Because this is no longer, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is why this fight means everything to me. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them. I brought Bud Light to Top Rank.
And there you have it. If they want the black fighters, they can keep them. What's that all about? For all of the people here saying I'm dissing Hondurans, I have no reason to diss Hondurans. You know what Sika is? You probably don't, but I have a Sika passport. Do you have a Sika passport? Have you been to Honduras as many times as I've been to Honduras? I don't know. Maybe you have, probably haven't, but that's okay because I got Hondurans in my family. Got Garifuna people in my family. I got it in my blood. Oh, but let me guess, those aren't real Hondurans for you, right? The people saying I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I guess we only matter to you when we're kicking the football for your team and winning games for you, right? The fuck out of here. So there you have it, guys. I've called this for a while. Shout out to D-Style Boxing for alerting me to this. Shout out for D-Style Boxing for going public on Twitter and saying Maestro had it right. Sometimes I have it right. Sometimes D-Style has it right. Sometimes Joe Habib has it right. Sometimes we have it right on the exact same thing. Sometimes we have it right on different things. But yeah, I called it. And the funny thing about the truth is the truth does come out. And yeah, that is an issue with me, bro. I am very mixed. I got 4 grandparents. All 4 of them are from different countries. So that's one of the reasons I was a Lennox Lewis fan growing up, because Lennox Lewis was big on being a world champion, representing the world. I'm the same. I represent the world. I mean, most of me is Caribbean, so that's always going to be a big part of my identity. But when it comes to these countries, yeah, I got a lot of country backgrounds in me, a lot. So yeah, guys, I'll let you guys be the judge of all of this. Drop a comment. All right, you can drop it here in the chat. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment on the video as well. Don't forget that this is Punchlines. All right, so always tune in for that.
Gorilla than the planet of the apes. I write a punchline and plant it on your face. Eat a punch that you ain't even got to taste. Here's a shot that you ain't even got to chase.
And that's going to be that, yo. Enjoy boxing, everybody. Let's try to get the race and the racism and the xenophobia out of it. It's really unnecessary. All right, salute, Remy. And yeah, big up all the people here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let me know what is going on. Actually, I didn't say that, Tejas Garage, but there you are misconstruing my words again. I said, I guess we're only Honduran when we're doing that for your country. Never said nobody else was doing it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You guys take care. That's it for me for now. I'm out of here, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday hump day. I'll check in with you guys later. You guys take care. I'm out of here.